Welcome back, everybody, and today I'm going to be talking about, for this episode of Shudder Saturday, I'm going to be talking about a new movie that's streaming on the Shudder channel. I'm going to be talking about the movie Slapface. And within the first 2 minutes of the movie, you'll understand why they call this movie Slapface. In the movie Slapface, we follow the story of two orphan brothers. Each brother is dealing with the loss of their parents in their own difficult way. The older brother here, he's the main source of income and also has to be responsible for his younger brother. However, he's also dealing with alcoholism like his father, and you might recognize him from the other movie, The Call, another Shudder original. The main focus of the movie is of the younger brother, who seems to be very withdrawn because he's still dealing with the loss. However, he seems to suffer from mood swings. And the weird thing about this character is because he comes across as like a know-it-all and a hard ass, but then he's being constantly bullied by these twins in the movie. He goes into the woods and befriends a monster that looks like this, something out of Season of the Witch. So as the movie goes along, the child befriends the monster or the witch. I'm not exactly sure which it is. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I'm not exactly sure if the monster is a monster or an actual witch in the woods. Two grow closer and closer, then the monster decides to take revenge on the brothers' bullies. This is where I feel like I had an issue with the movie, because you're supposed to feel something for these two characters that have just undergone, a horrible trauma, and each of them are dealing with it in their own way. But each of these characters are both rotten in their own kind of way. Even the younger brother here, who's getting bullied by these twins and his girlfriend supposedly, the emotions of the two brothers are very hot and cold. They could either be kind of normal 1 minute or they kind of go extreme the next. It was actually kind of hard after a while to sympathize with any of the characters in the movie, because most of them are not very likable. The sheriff, played by Dan Hedaya, was probably the most rational person in the movie. The character of Anna seemed like a decent human being. So like I said, as the movie was going along, I was kind of finding myself mentally checking out, because there's no real characters for me to grasp onto or to really care about, except for the two characters that I mentioned previously, the sheriff and the older brother's girlfriend. However, the two main characters, I kind of find myself liking them less and less as the movie was going along, even though I'm supposed to be sympathizing with them throughout the movie. However, I found myself not really doing that. However, the monster was cool. The effects were very cool. The overall look, like I said, was somewhere between the Season of the Witch mask and also the witch from Snow White. But I did like the setting. I did like the atmosphere. I thought it played a big part in the movie. So when we get to the very ending of the movie, we get a big reveal, and it kind of makes sense, and you kind of do need to stick around for the ending, because I think for some people, they'll be like, wow, that's amazing. And even after the screen goes black, we get to see some information, and it'll tie along with the movie. But when it got to that part, I was kind of like, Any of Slapface games, this movie has plenty of great blood effects and great gore, and the cinematography is pretty good. The acting is overall decent. I would say check it out. Like I said, this movie was not really for me. I probably would not see this movie again, but I could see how other people might like this movie. So I would say go ahead and check out Slapface. It's available right now on the Shudder channel. Next week, I'll be talking about a slasher movie that takes place in a movie theater. So stay tuned for that. So hopefully you like what you see here. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit, and I'll see you at the movies.
Get more out of life. Go out to a movie.